Welcome back to Henderson Farms and Homestead. Good morning. This morning we're in the high tunnel and it is a little chilly here this morning, especially outside. It's finally warming up in the high tunnel, but I think it's a little between 40 and 50 degrees outside. But we are going to go ahead and get the tomatoes planted. And so in the high tunnel we plant what I would consider eating or slicing tomatoes. I do use them for canning as well, but they're the larger ones. In the smaller greenhouse, we have the paste tomatoes, like the Homestead variety or the Amish paste, Romas, that type of thing. And I usually use those for salsa and spaghetti sauce. They're just meatier. But in here this morning, we're planting multiple varieties. We have Celebrity, Rutgers, Jetstar, I'm trying to think, Beefsteak, Bush Steak, Abe Lincoln, Marigold, Early Girl. So we have a lots going on in here. So what I did is I just used like a flower bulb planter. Jeff had already had the landscaping fabric or the weed barrier with the holes in it. So I just had to go and put the actual, dig the dirt out. And it was just easier using that like a tulip bulb planter. And so I did that, and then I put a little bit of organic fertilizer in the bottom of each one. And then when I actually planted the tomato plant, I pinched off all the little stems and the leaves and just made it a really tall leafy plant at the top. And so it'll give it a good start, and it won't concentrate on anything except for, you know, getting those roots in the ground. So we got that started, and I had to be really careful because there is irrigation running down the middle of the weed barrier up against the T-post so that it waters. Last year we had to water with a hose, and it was very difficult. So we've got that taken care of, and we've got about 100 tomato plants out. These are all tomatoes that we grew from seed back about February, I guess. So it was a busy morning, but we got it all accomplished. So coming up next is a little sit down where I'm planting some herbs and some flowers that I'll talk to you about how I do it and what I plant and why. I have a lot of video. I don't have time to sit down and edit everything, so I just thought I'd throw it on the end of this one. I hope you enjoy. Happy spring, everybody. I am gonna try to get some flowers planted. It's a little late for me, but we have been so crazy busy. We're trying to plan a September wedding. Jeff has been down in his back, and I've just not had a chance. It's what I can do to get done at night and get in bed so I can start the next day again. So I am gonna plant some flowers and some herbs real quick today, and I was just gonna bring you along. First, I've got potting mix here, and then I just added some water to it. I'm gonna stir it up really good. I sat down the other night and picked out what all I wanted to plant and went ahead and made labels for all of my 4-pack or 6-packs. And so we'll just start off, and I'll share with you a couple of the things I'm planting and why I want to plant some of these things. So we'll just stir up this dirt. I just want it to be, I don't want it to be wet, but if you don't get it stirred up a little bit, oftentimes it won't take on water when it's just dry out of the package. So just get it a little damp and then fill up my packages. So that's good. It's staying in a ball, but it's not overly watered down. And that way when I do water it after I seed, the water will actually soak in instead of rolling off the top. So I don't want it really packed hard. That way when the roots take off from the seed, they're able to, you know, go down into the dirt and mature, but at the same time I want it to where they're full. So a lot of these things I'm planting don't require it to be deep into the soil. So, okay, let's set this down here. Okay, so let's see what we've got. The first thing I have is cilantro, which we absolutely love, and I don't have a whole lot of luck growing it. I don't know if it gets too hot or not hot enough, or maybe it's too wet, but I give it a try every year, and so we're gonna plant it again. And like I say, it's a little late getting some of this stuff going, but better late than never. I'm right in the middle of kidding season too, and so far I have 4 little goats on the ground. They 2 boys and 2 girls. Each mama had a boy and a girl. And I still have 9 moms left to kid. So, as I've joked on my Facebook page, they aren't all gonna have 2, but should they all have 2, I would have 22 baby goats. That's not a good thing. That doesn't make a husband happy. So, eventually they eat. And I don't know what I'm gonna do milking 11 goats, but we'll see how this works out. So the cilantro is in. The next 2 things I have is calendula. I love this. It's a beautiful flower. You can cut it. I use it for salves. And so, yeah, it's good for your skin. Healthy properties for that. So what I do with it is make an oil out of it, and then I use it with beeswax and coconut oil. And let's see, 1/4 inch deep. So, and what I'm doing, and just in case one of them doesn't take, I'm planting 2, sometimes 3 in each little cell. And that way, if they come up, I'll separate them later on, or I'll just plant the cell with the 2 in it. With a lot of these, it's not like a vegetable. You don't want 2 tomato plants or whatever together, but I'll just plant these as they come up. But in case one of them doesn't take or something happens. So this was Apricot Beauty, and then the other one I'm going to plant is called Basel Orange. So I'll just take a little bit of dirt. These were only 1/4 inch thick, so I'm just going to put a little bit over them. And then the next is the orange calendula. Y'all, I know I made a video sometime back about where I purchased my seeds. But I'd actually I've seen somebody else, another content creator that I really admire, and they have been purchasing their seeds from Sow Right Seed. And so that's where a lot of these seeds came from, and their customer service, their shipping, their prices, they were great. So kudos to them. We're going to see how these work out. I love the variety that they offered as well. So I like it when you open the package of seeds and there's seeds in there instead of 4. And so all their packages are very full. Okay, the next thing I'm going to plant is nettle leaf horse mint. And so it's got some really pretty flowers on it. The butterflies, the honeybees love it. Speaking of honeybees, I had 3 packages of honeybees that were either supposed to ship today or the 21st. And so I am guessing with the holiday, the company will wait to ship them on Monday. So I should be hopefully putting out a video about how I'm going to rehome these packaged bees. I've never done that before, so let's tear this off. I can't get it. So these are right on top of the soil. I won't try to cover them back up. I'll just take my finger across the top of it and try to stir it up just a little bit. And these are teeny tiny, so I'm just gonna, there'll be more than 2 in each cell here. Okay. And then column, and these are 1/16 of an inch, so they're just right on the top too. Whoops, that's plenty. I have hummingbird feeders out back, and I've actually already have hummingbirds for the year, and so they love these. And the last I'm going to plant in here is verbena, and this is a plant that I can use in my flower boxes out front, and just pots to add some color around. They're really pretty. And I'm going to lay these separate because I may plant some more of those. There's a bunch in there. And so there's the first group that we've got finished. Add a little bit more water here.
So next I'm gonna plant hyssop, and it's a mint. Real pretty blooms on it, and the bees absolutely love it. And 1/4 of an inch, so. I've repurposed 2 flower beds that were out at the garden behind the house, or the side of the house where the lambs are, and I am going to just set them in the backyard and use it for nothing but my flowers, so I can do cut flowers, or the bees can be back there, the hummingbird feeders are back there. So okay, so next I've got horehound, mullein, chamomile, feverfew. Gosh, I probably really don't need any feverfew. I have got, oh, what the heck, I'll plant it. My feverfew is beautiful right now, and lemongrass. So there's the horehound. Okie doke. We're moving right along, guys.
Thank you for coming along with me today. I hope you get your hands dirty like I did. And until the next time, please like, subscribe, and share with somebody. I have lots of video content coming up. I just have to sit down and try to get it edited. Thanks again, and be blessed.